thatmovieguyUK.
Hello subscribers new and old. Thanks again Graham for the 10 things about video. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun doing it, and hello to anybody that has subscribed because of this, so thank you very much. As some may know, as some may not know, I finally got my press accreditation for Venice Film Festival maybe 2 weeks ago. It's all confirmed, my flights are booked, accommodation is sorted, everything, and I will be at Venice Film Festival until the 6th of September. The lineup for the Venice Film Festival was announced on Wednesday in Rome, and I will admit this is a very exciting lineup. Not because I'm just going, but everybody is dubbing this as probably the best festival lineup of this year all round. Currently, we don't know the full Toronto lineup, Terry lineup, London lineup. We don't know anything else yet. But at the moment, this is the festival to be at. There was a lot of rumours, speculations of who's coming, who's not coming, and it was tense. It was nerve-wracking because there's a lot of films that I was hoping to see at Cannes, even though I didn't go to Cannes because I held my guns to go to Venice. And it's panned out very nicely for me, I have to admit. There's a couple of omissions, such as Claire Denis' High Life, which I was really gutted about not being there. Very devastated that Harmony Korrigan's The Beach Bum isn't playing, even though that the guys at Venice, they did say they have seen the film, and McConaughey has an Oscar-worthy performance in that film. And as you may know, Harmony Korrigan is one of my favourite directors, and I am gutted that he's not at Venice. As some of you may know, Venice is one of the leap pad Oscar contender season-y kind of festivals. All the big names turn up there, but also a lot of hidden gems. Currently, we're going to just focus on the main lineup, and then I'm going to make a video then to discuss the smaller, more independent films that are going to be at the festival, because there are a few that I'm very interested in, but there's a lot more I need to read into, because as you know on this channel, I try to give you as much independent cinema as I can, and smaller films do deserve the attention that the bigger films do. But at the moment, I have a lot on my plate, and the major lineup is something that we're just going to focus on, well, right now. With the actual jury, it's very exciting that Guillermo del Toro is actually the president of the jury this year. I saw Guillermo del Toro at London last year, and he is probably one of the nicest people I have ever come across. He had so much time for everyone, and if you want to see anything about that, it is in my LFF video for last year, so go check it out. And obviously Naomi Watts, who is kind of localish to my area. She actually was raised and born in Llangefni, which is not very far from me, so maybe I will try and speak Welsh to her and see what happens. The other person I'm very excited to see is Taika Waititi is on the jury. Taika is somebody that I am a big fan of anyway, and you can say, oh yeah, because of Thor Ragnarok. It's not. Okay, you need to watch everything else that he's ever made or ever even created, because that man is a genius. And his next film with Scarlett Johansson and him playing Hitler, mind-boggling. Anyway, lineup. So we knew that the opening film for this was going to be First Man by Damien Chazelle. Chazelle obviously took La La Land to the Lido in 2016. It didn't win, but it didn't win the Oscar either, but it won him an Academy Award. This story follows the character study of Neil Armstrong, played by Ryan Gosling. I'm calling it a character study because I don't feel like it's a biopic. From what I've seen, I feel like it's more of the study of the man himself and not the actual events. There is this really weird Apollo 13-y kind of feel to it, but I am generally hoping that this is a much different kind of character study than your average biopic. So we shall see. We shall see. For me though, my most anticipated film, and as you can imagine, it's always going to be a Yorgos Lanthimos film, but The Favourite, which is out in UK cinemas on the 1st of December of 2019, is probably my most exciting. I don't know how to describe how I feel about this. It is amazing that he's coming back to Venice. He hasn't been to Venice for a couple of years now. But The Favourite, the trailer had a very weird Barry Lyndon-esque kind of feel to it, but I'm sure there'll be a Lanthimosian kind of turn. And I cannot wait to see Lanthimos at the festival. It's going to be an interesting experience to have him there, and I will find him and I will talk to him. I will. The Netflix submission from Cannes was a big deal this year because a lot of these films should have been at Cannes in May, but because of the whole banning, they're at Venice, which obviously I'm not complaining. The biggest surprise was The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which is the Coen Brothers miniseries, which has now become a feature film. That was a big surprise. We all expected an out of competition kind of thing, but the Coens are in main competition with a new Western anthology film. Holy Mother of Christ, how exciting is that? Oh, wow. The next one that we anticipated and we knew it was going to come was Alfonso Cuarón's Roma. This is his next film from Gravity, which he won multiple awards for and a lot of respect from myself. I'm excited for this. It's a black and white film set in 1970s Mexico, and it is a homage and pay his dues to the life that he had in Mexico as a child, which I'm really intrigued by this. Really intrigued, and probably is going to be a big horse come award season this year. Definitely. The other Netflix film that we're expecting there is 22 July, which is Paul Greengrass's film. It's about the massacre in Norway of 77 people and its aftermath. And it's going to be a Netflix film, but Greengrass can tackle these like real life scenarios very well. I'm hesitant to see it because Greengrass can be iffy for me sometimes, but I'm hoping it's going to be good. Obviously, the other big surprise is The Other Side of the Wind, the unfinished Orson Welles film, which has been rebuilt by Peter Bogdanovich, is playing at Venice. The lines are going to be crazy for that. I have seen Welles, but I've not seen enough. I feel like it's going to be homework before I go to Venice, because I have a lot of homework to do now, because this brain needs to be ready to go at Venice. Two French filmmakers I'm excited to see at Venice are Jacques Audiard, who is famous for films like A Prophet and Rust and Bone, who I utterly respect and I love his films. He's making his first ever English language film with The Sisters Brothers, which stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Joaquin Phoenix, John C. Reilly, and it's a Western. I don't really want to say much more because I'm just really excited about this one also. It's hard to describe everything about these because I watched the press conference completely in Italian, and I don't speak Italian. I understand a few words and stuff, but nothing amazingly. And literally, my face was just grinning through the whole thing because it is such a crazy experience for me to be going to, and so many filmmakers I respect and I admire and I've studied for such a long time are going to be at this festival, and to be able to see their new films is just crazy. I just can't get over it, seriously. The other French filmmaker I'm excited to see at Venice is Olivier Assayas' new Double Vie, which stars Juliette Binoche. He has made two great films back-to-back with Clouds of Sils Maria and Personal Shopper. This is not a Kristen Stewart film. Juliette Binoche is going to be in this one, and it's basically about middle-aged people and how they deal with social media, which I think with Assayas it can go either way, but I'm hoping for something quite special within this film, and one of my most anticipated at the festival. Unfortunately, we only have one female director in the main competition, and that's Jennifer Kent with Nightingale. The Babadook director has really impressed me with her first film, but this second film is about a young girl seeking vengeance against a man in Tasmania with Sam Claflin in it. I have to say, first of all, I feel like a lot more female filmmakers should be in main competition. There are a few outside the competition, but if we need to diversify festivals, we need to expand, and Venice have not achieved this. Neither did Cannes. God knows how TIFF is going to be, or LFF, or Telluride, anything like that, but it needs to change. But Jennifer Kent is a powerful filmmaker, and I feel like Nightingale will be one of the hot picks at this festival. I am seriously excited about this film. Along with Mike Leigh's return with Peterloo, I studied history, and the Peterloo Massacre is something I did study quite a bit in university. I know quite a bit about it, and Mike Leigh has become a big hero of mine, I would say, in the last 12 months. I've watched so many of his films in this time, and I enjoy his period films. I think Mr. Turner was good, but I'm hoping that Peterloo just elevates it. And Rory Kinnear, this is the best thing about Mike Leigh. Mike Leigh has picked an actor who is not of the Tom Hiddleston Cumberbatch variety, because that's what you'd expect in this film. If it was anybody else, I said this to Kieran the other day, if this was like Tom Hooper, it would have been like Hiddleston or something like that, but Rory Kinnear is the main character, and I think that that is a very good choice, and it's a very low-key cast, and I hope that the story itself just transcends and becomes a big hit and a big message from Mike Leigh. Last but not least, Luca Guadagnino's new remake, reboot, whatever we want to call it, Suspiria is at Venice. It is obviously the film that everybody's been talking about for such a long time. I obviously am a big fan of Dario Argento's original, and it is quite painful sometimes to think about this film being remade, but I would say my mind was eased once I saw the first trailer. There's so much mystery behind the shooting of this film. There's so much quietness. The mystery of this film is what is driving it to me. Obviously, this is just an overlay of what is coming out at Venice. I know there's loads more films to talk about and discuss, but these are the main ones that I've picked out so far, and I'm very interested because these are the ones that I have been slightly or majority aware of what's been going on with them, and I don't want to sound like an idiot, just be like, oh yeah, this film's coming out, but I don't know anything about it. I need to read more about these other directors and filmmakers and actors and actresses to be able to bring it to you. So that will come probably just before the festival, just before I fly out. But as I said, guys, this is going to be a great experience for anyone that's going. I will be making a full vlog for the festival, which I am excited to share with you guys. All the reviews will be on moviemarket.co.uk, so make sure that you follow them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and obviously subscribe to their website. That would be great. And obviously every review will be there. It will be here, it will be on my Letterboxd, mini reviews on my Twitter, on their Twitter, everything will be shared, and I cannot wait to get to Venice and get cracking with this festival and share my experiences with you guys. It's gonna be good, I hope. And obviously the sidekick that is Kieran will be with us again, and God knows who else we're gonna see while we're there. I heard Jeff Goldblum's coming, so yeah, that's gonna be an experience if I meet him. Yeah, I'm gonna cry if I meet him probably. But anyway, guys, thanks for checking us out, and obviously I will be reviewing more before I get to Venice and keeping you updated with everything Venice-wise. And obviously, all I can say now is Diolch danke, obrigado, merci beaucoup, grazie mia, dankeschön, bitteschön, all the shuns. And obviously, never change. Ciao, Bella.